Hello, Soul Tribe family, and welcome to Saturday Night Live with Lady D. I am your host, Lady D. How's everyone doing tonight? Everyone doing well? Sorry, just adjusting my camera. Everyone doing well on this Saturday Night Live? I changed the start time to 8:15, so I don't want you to think that I'm a whole 15 minutes late. I know I'm always casually late. I get that. But I changed the start time to 8:15. I had a client right before. This client is not part of the Soul Tribe. Okay. This is one of my older clients. I've had her forever. And she was chit chatting. I'm like, I got to go. I have a show. And she said, what are you doing? And I told her. And then, so she donated 4 questions, $20. So we have 4 questions that she donated. And I believe our soul brother, Eric Klein, is at it again and donated 5 questions. He is so generous. Because every time someone buys something, I get a text. Let me see. Yes, Eric Klein. I love you, Eric Klein. Everyone give a shout out to our beautiful, wonderful soul brother, Eric Klein. He donated 5 questions. Okay, so and he said, good evening, beautiful soul sister. You are greatly appreciated. Busy day. Didn't have time to think of a good question. So please donate a question to some great soul in the chat at the end of your show. So at the end, okay, we'll do it at the end. Yeah, and we'll donate a few questions. Yeah, we'll donate a few questions. Thank you, Eric Klein. You're so sweet. You love my hair? Thank you. I It's like I said, it's amazing. The days that I wash my hair every other day, because if I washed my hair every day, it would get really dry. So on you usually like it on the days I do my hair and I let it air dry. So you like the curls. Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing what washing your hair can do. Thank you so much, Eric Klein. You are so generous. I love you. And Eric Klein, he's on his third past life reading. He's addicted. I just noticed you bought one. He's loving it. So, yes. So we will give Eric Klein, basically, he donated actually 5 questions, but I'm going to take one. I'm going to ask a question and then he's going to donate 4. I'll donate 4. $5 a pop. Thank you, Eric Klein. You're so sweet. You're so, so sweet. Yes, Eric Klein is my number one client. He has gotten so many readings and he's loving my past life readings. But he has intriguing past lives. You really do. You all do. But I have to say, Eric Klein could write a movie about his past lives. Am I wrong, brother? Am I wrong, soul brother? I'm not going to tell tales out of school because it's his past lives and everything that I do is completely confidential. But I will say he could write a book. Chrissy, you should just interview Eric Klein and write your next novel. Eric goes, you're 100%. 100%. I love you, Eric. You're so generous. Love you, soul brother. Okay, so I have a Chrissy update. Chrissy's here. Yay! I have a good Chrissy update. So, there's my YouTube saying that I'm on. I'm on. Okay. So the Chrissy update is that she got some good news. The good news is that she got some money coming to her from an aunt that passed away and there was some back taxes or taxes. And so she's getting money and they're working on her computer. She might be able to salvage. They're working on her computer and they think they found some stuff and they're pretty sure they'll be able to salvage all the work that Chrissy has on her laptop. So there's some good news. So, yay! So our prayers worked last night, I think, Soul Tribe family. We did. We prayed for Chrissy. Yes, she deserves it. Yep. Awesome. Also, else can I say? I just wanted to give a shout out to my soul sister. I believe I saw her briefly in the chat. Sharon Fairchild. She sent me this beautiful, you can't really see it, but there's a picture of Jesus. Yeshua is a picture of Yeshua, and there's a beautiful cross. And there's a on the back of it, it says, with great thing with Christ, all things are possible. All right. And it's a beautiful picture of Yeshua. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if you can see it. Can you see that with the glare? There you go. Isn't that a beautiful picture with a beautiful cross? So thank you, soul sister, Sharon Fairchild. And I'm wearing the lipstick you bought me. I love it. It's a beautiful shade. And it's one of those lipsticks that stays. I can do anything and the lipstick won't come off. And I also have a beautiful bracelet that I wore today. I'm not wearing it now, but I wore it today. It's beautiful. So thank you, my soul sister, Sharon Fairchild. She's very, very generous. She also sent something to the Prince of Peace and his little star seed that is in the mail. So I'm sure he'll be getting that. You're welcome, Carrie K. And of course, I have have something of Carrie K's on. Where are you? Oh yeah, here we go. I was the original to have this. I had this before the Prince of Peace. This is the I don't know if you can see it. It's black elite shungite, and it has a lion, just like the symbol for the Light Warrior Network, to protect against EMF. So I always have that on. And I have a bunch of Carrie K's crystal bracelets. She's always sending me stuff. She sends Chrissy stuff. She sent our soul sister Sarah Ashley stuff. Oh, you love my blue nails, Danielle? Daniel, I don't know why I called you Danielle. I'm sorry, honey. Thank you. I treated myself to a manicure and I got blue nails. All right. I said, okay, I have to do something other than purple. So they're sparkly blue. Thank you. Treated myself. 20 bucks. Hey, it's only 20 bucks for a manicure down the street. I mean, come on. So I did. I treated myself because I can't paint my nails. And when I paint my nails, they're fucked up a minute later. Yeah, so I got those shungite necklace from Soul Sister Carrie K, who she has a shop. And her shop is on the Soul Tribe certified website, which I wish I could. Let me see if I can bring it up. I don't know why I was doing weird things. Wouldn't let me bring it up before. Let me see if I can bring up the Soul Tribe certified website. So, Soul Family, you got two generous people that bought questions for you guys tonight. So, let me see. Nope. Chrissy, I think there might be some kind of it won't let me bring it up because it says there's a virus on it. So maybe you got your virus from your website. Did you ever think of that? There's something going on with your website, sister. Because I have a really, really high, big. I have a VPN, which is a virtual private network, and I have top of the notch um, virus protection because of my husband is a techie and also because of my business. And I have to say, I think you should check your website. Somebody might have hacked your website and maybe that's how they got to you. Just saying, I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm not able to bring it up. Every time I go to bring it up, I get a virus alert. And that's never happened before. So just check that out. Maybe somebody tried to hack the website, Chrissy. Okay. So, let me know if anyone tries to go on that website. So it's soultribecertified.com. Let me see. I'm going to put it in the chat. If you guys go to it, see if you get like a virus thing. I really wish that I could bring it up, but that's why it's not. Remember, Chrissy, I said I couldn't bring it up before? That's why. All right. And I'm going to put it in the chat. It won't even let me copy and paste it. So I'm just going to do. I think that might be because that's never happened to me before. And I tried to bring it up last time and it wasn't working. I think that could be it. So, all right. Anyways, so hopefully we can get that straightened out. Soul Sister Chrissy. That's that mystery solved why I couldn't bring up the website because I tried to bring it up last time because I was talking to Chrissy beforehand. I'm like, Chrissy, it's not letting me. It's not letting me. It's crazy. All right. So before we get into the nitty gritty, um, what I'm going to do is since we did last night, if you did not catch my show on this channel last night, you really should. Talk about Lady D. I was on fire last night with trolls. If you like Lady D rants, last night was your show. All right. I was ranting and raving. Okay. If you had $1 for every time I dropped the F bomb and told someone off, you'd be rich right now. So please check out my show. And for those that are you wondering, everything is fine with the Prince of Peace. He took the weekend off because it was a star seed's birthday and he's spending the weekend with the star seed. And he just got done with school. He just needs a weekend off. So all is well. All right. So check out that. Also, my soul tribe brothers and sisters, I am having a sale for the month of June. Can you believe it? The month of June. Can't believe we're in June. All of my 30-minute tarot readings are now $65 for the whole month of June. You can buy it now and you can use it later, but you do have to purchase it by the end of June. Those are $65, usually $75. And my most popular reading, Eric Klein's favorite, is my past life reading. Guys, these I do 3 to 4 a day. 3 or 4 a day are purchase. That's why it took me a while to catch up, but I'm caught up. Okay. So my past life readings, they're always $55. What I do is that I go through your last 3 past lives. Now they're not going to be consecutive, but they are going to be the last 3 past lives that are so important that they're pertinent to your current life. And these are lives that still impact you and affect you in some way, shape, or form in your current life. I've been doing these for many, many, many years. I stopped doing them for a while because I was finding out that people were becoming so obsessed with their past lives and then weren't focusing on their current life. But now I understand that so I stopped doing them for a few years and I'm doing them again because I know that we are all here in this current space and time. And our last 3 past lives that are very pertinent and important in this life in any way, shape, or form. The reason why it's important to know your last couple of past lives that are still impacting you and affecting you in this life is because this is our last go around. Okay. This is it. It's either you ascend, you go to the 4th dimension, or you're obliterated. Okay. And you're done. But none of us that are watching this are going to be obliterated and done because you're not a demonic asshole. You're not part of the cabal. You're good. Well, I shouldn't say that. There are some witches and warlocks and perverts and scumbags and trolls and witch bitches that watch me. So sending you light and love, all of you. But for the rest of us, you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So the reason why like I said, I stopped doing these because everyone was obsessed with their past lives and everyone thought they were Napoleon or Isis or Cleopatra. No one wanted to believe that they were just Joe Schmo from Idaho that didn't have a real exciting life and that you weren't a rich and famous person. But now that we know that pharaohs were really demons and they were awful, and they weren't kings and queens. They were really demonic bastards like the lizard royals in this generation. And now that we know that most VIPs, most historians, and most rich and famous people are usually scumbags and demonic, people are not so obsessed with wanting to be a historical figure. And so now people are more down to earth. And so I brought them back because a lot of the residue from these past lives are still stuck to you in this life. And these are the issues that keep on coming up. So these lives kind of give you an understanding in terms of yourself, your phobias, your likes, your dislikes, people that you have an affinity for, and people you just don't like, and other areas. So that being said, that's why I started doing them again. Because people are like, why did you, if you did them for so long, why'd you stop doing them? Stop doing them because people were like very obsessed with them, like I said, and they were so obsessed with their past lives that they weren't focusing on this life. And it's all in the here and now. All right, folks. That being said, let's get to the nitty gritty. So there are no free questions because there needs to be an equal exchange, energy exchange. However, we have our soul brother, Eric Klein, that donated 4 questions. And I also had a very anonymous, beautiful client that wishes to be anonymous. I know you're not obsessed. You're just curious. I'm just teasing you, Eric. I would be too. I'm just teasing you, honey. I know you're not obsessed. And Eric Klein donated $25. So there's going to be 4 questions there, and I'm going to take one. And then we had another one of my clients. She's not part of the Soul Tribe. However, she donated 4 questions. So no personal questions. These have to be current events. If you would like to partake in those questions, you may do so now. I'm going to do Eric's questions per his instructions at the end of the night. Right now, if you do have a current event question that you would like for me to ask, please put it in the chat. Please put it in all caps and let it be one question, please. Meanwhile, I do believe I had a question from last week that I should get at. Oh, and just so you know, if you're watching now, folks, I don't answer these questions any other time other than when I'm live, okay? So if you watch this in the replay, please know that I'm not going to answer questions other than when I'm live. I do this live. So if I'm not on live now, if you're watching in the replay, just know that your question won't be answered because I only do these live. Somebody asked me a question last week. And I'll do what I will do. I think she did. No, I guess not. Okay, I thought somebody had asked me a question. Oh, okay, yeah, last week. Maureen Quinn bought me a question. Just so you know, folks, if you buy me a question and I'm not on live, I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to read it. Okay? I only do these when I'm on live. Just so you know, because there are people that watch the replay and I think they got confused. So, again, if I'm not on live, I can't guarantee I'll get your question. And if you buy it, I'll read it the next time I do these tarot readings, but I don't always do tarot readings. So, in other words, don't buy me a question unless you're watching me live, because I cannot guarantee it's going to be answered because I only do these live. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So, there was a question from Maureen Quinn from last week that we will get to. But before I do that, what I wanted to do, since I did last week, I said it again, last night, I did a reading for the Soul Tribe family. Okay. So instead of doing the energy for the week for the Soul Tribe family, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one Sufi wisdom card because I never get to incorporate these. These beautiful, this isn't obviously, this is not like a regular reading. And we can look up in the book. All right. And I'm going to do a Sufi Oracle Wisdom card for the Soul Tribe family. Okay. So let's get at it, Soul Tribe family. I love incorporating these. I never get to do so. And everyone wish Alan Compton a born day, happy born day, because it was his born day. Well, Eric Compton, you would think that they would because they get their faces scratched off, but trolls are dumb, honey. They're not very smart. And Alan Compton, since it was your birthday yesterday, please put a question in all caps. Eric Compton, put it since it was your birthday. Sorry, not Eric, Alan Compton. It was Alan Compton's birthday. And I had some very generous people donate questions. So since it was your birthday last night, please put a question, not a personal one, a current events question, all caps in the chat. Mr. Alan Compton, who turned 29 yesterday, right? You turned 29? All right, here we go. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, can we get a Sufi wisdom oracle message from you, Lord God, and Yeshua HaMashiach? What say you? We get a Sufi wisdom oracle guidance card. Ooh, here we go. Open mind. Okay, open mind. I love it. Look at that card. Isn't that beautiful? I've never picked this card before. I still pick cards that I've never picked before because I bought this deck a year ago and I never get to use it. Open mind. And it says, replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one. Oh, how perfect is that considering what's happening? How perfect is that? Look at that. All right, so now it has this little message to it. Okay, here we go. Replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one. A spiritual gift helps you discern and choose wisely. You are now endowed with the ability to clarify your thought process and bring new light to any situation. The oracle invites you to boldly open the window of your mind to fresh and new insights. Integrate your thoughts, place new value on your decisions, and confidently put them into action. Avoid criticizing beliefs that are contrary to your current ways of thinking. Try to be open-minded and more positive. Hold on. I'm just going to grab this while I see it because if I don't, I'll lose it in the chat. I got you, Alan. Okay, it says try to be open-minded and more positive. Analyze the situation and look at all sides of any issue. When you weigh the pros and cons and stay open to new ideas and fresh ways of doing things, you will surely reap the rewards that you want. When you change an old, comfortable belief, you might feel uneasy and afraid for a time. This can make you feel vulnerable and unsure. Know that there is great value, freedom, and kindness in going beyond your comfort zone, in learning and listening to views other than your own. By going beyond your comfort zone, you open yourself to new possibilities and you gain a new sense of freedom. By opening your mind to new ideas, you will give yourself the chance to explore a broader variety of options. You may not choose to change your belief, but be assured that this attitude opens you to new possibilities and helps you to cooperate with others. You are at the beginning of a breakthrough. Set sail for a new horizon. And your mantra, I discern the truth in what I believe. I am open to considering new ideas and thoughts as I seek the highest solution for everyone involved. Very beautiful. I'm going to read that mantra again. I discern the truth in what I believe. I am open to considering new ideas and thoughts as I seek the highest solution for everyone involved. All righty. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful message. So that is an open mind, Soul Tribe family. And that is a great card because all we know is that we don't know. We all have been lied to. Things that we thought were true and things that we fought other people for were lies. So we just have to know is that all we know is we don't know. We have to keep an open mind, and things that we thought that we knew might not be true. So in other words, don't fight over things. Don't fight over, or this one said this. No, this is true. No, this date. No, that date. Because we don't really know the truth. We might think for sure that we're right and we could be wrong. Right? All right. So let's answer Alan Compton's question. And since it's royalty, I'm going to use my dark cards because 9 times out of 10, royalty is dark, but we don't know. Then we'll get to Maureen Quinn's questions, and then we'll get to the questions in the chat. All right, here we go. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. I already did prayers, so we're all set. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, is Queen Romana the legitimate Queen of Canada? Is Queen Romana the legitimate Queen of Canada? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua? Is Queen Romana the legitimate Queen of Canada? I'm getting a no. Okay, I'm getting a no, and you're going to find out pretty soon that I feel that she was a fraud. Okay, I feel that the real queen was probably kidnapped and taken and is probably in witness protection or probably hidden somewhere. Okay, there is a surprise coming, a surprise reveal, but I think that you're going to find out that you're going to discover some new and pretty salacious details about Queen Romana. All right. And you're going to find out that she is not who she said she is. Okay. All right. Look at this. There's, first of all, I think that she's part of the cabal. She's probably demonic. Second of all, she's hiding some things. Look at this. The Two of Wands. Look at that. She's hiding some things. There's things that are hidden that are going to be revealed. All right. And They're on the precipice of coming out very, very soon. So, according to that read, first and foremost, there are no royals. Okay, we all know that there are no royals. We are the royals. But it looks to this. I would say no. And if there is a real queen, I would say that the real queen is either left this earth plane or is being hidden somewhere. Okay? But I would say that's a no. I did not get any yes cards. That's a no. According to that, I think that she is not the legitimate queen of Canada. Okay? And that flung out, and I'm getting that. I don't believe she's still on this earth plane. I feel like whoever is posing to be the queen, Romana, is really not the queen. She's been dealt with. She's been rounded up and she's been taken off the earth plane. So I believe that that's an actor or a lookalike. There's some kind of body double or there's someone playing Queen Romana, but that's not really her. Okay? All right. And happy born day to Alan. Hold on one second. All right. Let's get to Maureen Quinn. Maureen Quinn, I hope you're watching. You bought a question a while ago. But you bought it when I wasn't on live. So hopefully you will watch this at some point. See, I lost you again. There we go. Okay, so Maureen Quinn would like to know, will the whole world get Nesara-Gesara? This is from Maureen Quinn. Okay, Maureen Quinn would like to know, will the whole world get Nesara-Gesara? All right, Maureen Quinn, let's ask. I believe so, but let's get to it. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Maureen Quinn, our soul sister Maureen Quinn, would like to know, will the whole world get Nesara-Gesara? Will the whole world get Nesara-Gesara? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Okay, so quite frankly, what's going to happen is all of the people who are godly, that are not part of the cabal, who are regular everyday people, yes, they will. We got the release card. This is basically the equivalent of the death card again. This is transformation. So this means that, yes, there's going to be an ending to slavery. This is going to be a change, a transformation. So all of the people that are regular, everyday people that are not part of the cabal. If you're part of the cabal, not so much. You're not going to have Nesara-Gesara. So it's not so much graphics, not graphics. How do I put it? Sorry. It's not about geographics. Pardon me. It's not about geographics. It's about whether or not you're of the light and you're of the dark. If you are part of God's children, you will get Nesara-Gesara. However, if you're part of the cabal, not so much. You're going down and you're probably going to die. Okay? So, yes. In a nutshell, yes. We got the 10 of water. That's completion. And that means harmony and abundance for all. Okay? Now, in particular, the ones that are going to get the Nesara-Gesara first are the ones that have really been hit the worst, like the third world countries, like Africa, Haiti, all those countries where they've created natural disasters and they've rummaged them and they've raped and pillaged all of their natural resources. Okay. So those are the ones that are going to get Nesara-Gesara first. Okay. The ones that have suffered loss, that have had things stolen, that have been backstabbed, they've suffered great loss, and they've really lost more than other countries. They're going to get it first. Like again, like I said, the Africas, the countries where they have a lot of natural resources, where they're considered third world countries, where they didn't have strong military and strong governments, where the cabal could go easily and manipulate and steal their money, steal their children, steal their people. You know what I'm saying? So, in a nutshell, Maureen Quinn, yes, the whole world is going to get Nesara-Gesara. More specifically, only people that are of the light. No cabal, no demons. If you're dark, not only are you poor, you're probably not going to live too much longer. Because the white hats will find you, because God will find you. And God knows everything you did. You can't hide anything from the omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent creator of us and the whole world. All right, Maureen Quinn, thank you for the super coffee. All right, so let's get to Nancy bought, oh, you're so sweet. Nancy bought 3 coffees. Okay, so we're still going to do Eric Klein's 4 questions. And then after that, I have another 4 questions. But I'm going to get to Nancy's and I'm going to get to someone. Oh, it's Taylor Lynn. Let's get into Nancy's first. Okay. Nancy would like to know, are Tucker and Russell Brand the original people? And then she said, will state taxes go away? And she bought me 3 coffees. So beautiful. All right, Miss Nancy, let's ask. And I'm going to stay with these cards. All right. First, we're going to ask about Tucker. I believe that Tucker is not the original. As much as I like him, his father was CIA. And everybody in his neighborhood was CIA. And his family CIA. So what do you think? I don't know. We'll see. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, is Tucker Carlson the original? Is the Tucker Carlson that we see in the limelight now on his channel out in public, is it the original Tucker Carlson that was born, the human being that was born Tucker Carlson? Is the Tucker Carlson that we see out in public, that has his own show, that's everywhere, that's kicking ass and taking names, that has the #1 show in the world? Is it the real original human being that was born Tucker Carlson? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Shout out to Ocean Odell. Hello, Sil brother. Okay. No, it's not original. Okay. Not the original. I believe the original was cloned. Okay. I'm getting that the original Tucker. Okay, so we got the the three of air, which is basically the three of swords, and we got the 10 of air. Those are two death cards. Those are two ending cards. So I believe the original Tucker has been taken off this earth plane. Okay? The original Tucker is taken off this earth plane. Okay, because the three of air is equivalent to the three of swords. That's a death card. Sorrow, grief, ending. 10 of air. That's another endings. That's another death card. Okay. And I'm getting, though, I don't believe that. Okay. I believe the original Tucker, like I said, he was born in CIA. So I feel that he was probably had a lot of, I feel like he was MK Ultra. I feel he suffered a lot of abuse, and I feel like he was taken off this earth plane because of things he was finding out. Okay? So, there's a lot of tricks, there's a lot of deceit, and there's a lot of trickery. I will tell you that this clone or this look-alike, whoever's playing him, is good, is part of the alliance. Okay? That I know. So I believe that the real Tucker was killed. Okay? And I'm very shocked because, but I have to tell you what I got. Okay? The 10 of air, that's one death. But when you got two, which is the 10 of swords, the 10 of air is the equivalent to the 10 of swords, right? And the 3 of air is the 3 of swords. Those are two death cards. So I feel like he was killed. He was taken out. What we're seeing are clones and or lookalikes. I do believe he was cloned. I'm not sure if we're seeing a clone now, but we could be seeing different actors. I do think we saw a clone at one point, but I think what's happening now is we're seeing actors. We're seeing actors that are in masks because this is the 7. Lots of illusions and delusions, okay? And we got the conflict card. So there was a conflict. There was fighting. There was a conflict over him. I feel like he didn't want to toe the line. Okay. I feel like he was definitely brought up in a cabal family, CIA. Okay. And I feel like he was MK Ultra and I feel like he suffered abuse. All right. And we're going to discover a lot of things about this. The truth's going to come out about him. But clone or look-alike? Then he was definitely cloned. Okay. But that's not the original. Okay. That is not the original. And unfortunately, I always thought and I always knew it was a 2.0, but I really thought that he was still alive, but no, he's not. So that is not the original Tucker. Okay. Now, either it's a repurposed clone or it's an actor with the mask playing him. Okay. Usually, clones are demonic. So it's very hard to get a clone to be good. So usually they get rid of the clones. There are rare occasions where the clones have not been drilled yet and they haven't been infiltrated with demons and they have kind of maybe AI. The ones that, but I'm getting that there's a difference between synthetics and clones. Clones have the vril lizard, which is that, that reptilian little 2 feet tall reptilian that goes in. Okay, so that's what happens. So any clone usually has a demonic consciousness in it. However, I'm getting that a synthetic. That's a little bit different. Synthetics are different from clones because they're made from a little bit of DNA, but they're more mechanical. They're more like a cyborg, whereas clones are a little more like humans. And I'm getting the difference between a clone and a synthetic is that synthetics have complete AI. They have no natural consciousness. They don't have a vril or a demonic consciousness. They just have AI. So they're easily manipulated. They literally are connected to a computer. So I don't know which one's which, but we'll see. Oh, you already had a troll, Chrissy? Oh, I love you, trolls. I missed it. I love telling off trolls. Everyone give love to the troll. Love you, troll. Thank you for giving me your time and attention. I announced it last night, but I'll announce it again. For all my male trolls, leaving a nasty comment will not make your dick any bigger. And for all the female trolls, leaving a nasty comment won't make you good looking or make a man want you. Thanks for playing. Because you know the trolls, both male and female, both probably have the face of a donkey's ass. And we don't care about looks on this channel, but usually the ones that are demonic on the inside are ugly on the outside as well. Because we know that beauty comes from the inside. I mean, if you have an ugly inside, you have an ugly outside. And beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. All right. Let's get to someone. Someone bought 3 coffees, which is Taylor Lynn. Hi, Taylor Lynn. How are you, sweetheart? Taylor Lynn would like to know. Ooh, this is a good question. And you were very generous, Taylor Lynn. Thank you, sweetheart. Taylor Lynn, beautiful Taylor Lynn, our soul sister would like to know. First of all, she says, I'm so happy to be here with all the beautiful soul tribe. We're so happy you are here. Will the nefarious education system be changing anytime soon? Let's ask. Let's ask. I hope so. Will the nefarious education system be changing anytime soon? Let's hope it needs to be changed. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Taylor Lynn like to know, will the nefarious education system be changing anytime soon? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Ocean Odell, does bad parenting create a troll? I don't know. Maybe if they were ignored because trolls seem to want attention. So maybe they were neglected. I don't know. Probably Ocean Odell. But then again, I know some really awful people that had really great parents. So it's kind of like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, right? You can have 2 beautiful, wonderful people, and they give birth, and the kid comes out and turns out to be a demon from hell. So I don't know. But that's a really good question, my soul brother Ocean Odell. All right. Yay, Taylor Lynn. We got the Ace of Fire. So that's a huge, huge yes. I hope you can see it. Sorry with the glare, but Chrissy told me if I put it inward. There we go. All right. Ace of Wands. So that's a huge yes. Absolutely. That's a yes. They're already on it. There's going to be lots of collaboration. Okay. Lots of collaboration. It's going to come back newer and stronger. And I feel like they're going to revamp the whole education system. And I'm getting that it's going to be the godly ETs and galactics are going to be in charge of it. And it's not going to be so much about history, even though it's going to be a part of it. What they're going to be doing is that the education system, basically, it's going to be more spiritual. Instead of talking about economics and arithmetic and history, yeah, they're going to teach that stuff, but basically they're going to teach them all the truth because we've been lied to. So basically the education system is going to change in the fact they're going to deprogram. And the first big change is that they're going to let everyone know all the lies we've been told. So it's almost like there's going to be disclosures first, and then there's going to be the change. All right. And I will tell you that it's going to be the divine feminine that is very much in charge of the education system. Okay, because it's everything in this world has been very that toxic masculinity. We're not talking bad about men. We love our males. However, the world has been run with toxic masculine. All right, this world has been filled with toxic masculinity. And we have toxic femininity too. We need a nice balance of the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Schools are going to be revamped. You're going to be teaching a lot of things. There's going to be more balance and harmony. Absolutely. Look at that card. Sorry with the glare. Can you see it? Balance and harmony. So that's a yes. Oh, and you know what? I think there was more to that other question too. Hold on. Now that I think about it, I didn't get to the other parts of the question. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I forgot. There's two parts of Nancy's question that I forgot. It just dawned on me. Sorry, Nancy, if you're out there. We asked about Tucker, and then I forgot to ask about Russell Brand. Let's ask about Russell Brand. Right? And I'm going to switch cards. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's talk about Russell Brand. I really like Russell Brand. I didn't always like him. I could not stand him. When he was an actor, I couldn't stand him. I thought he was so obnoxious. I just wanted to punch him in the face, but I really like him now. Let's ask. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, is Russell Brand, the actor, the celebrity that we see in the public eye now, is that the original human being that was born as Russell Brand? Is Russell Brand the celebrity that we see in the public eye now? Is it the original human being that was born, Russell Brand? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua? Yay! It is. It's the original Russell Brand. What happened? What happened is that he saw some things that he didn't want to see, and he wasn't towing the line. And they said, either you toe the line or we're going to kill you. So you know what he did? He started working with the Alliance. He's working with the Alliance. Okay? That's the original him. He's working with the Alliance. Okay? He's very spiritual and godly. All right? He's sober. He got into balance. Yeah, he capitulated, but I'm getting that he wasn't one of the real bad ones, okay? I'm not saying that they were sweet and innocent, but they weren't the demons like the rest of them. Okay? I'm not saying that Russell Brand is sweet and innocent, but I don't think he partook in a lot of things, okay? He's working with the Alliance. All right? And I'm getting that he's working with the Alliance because he was backstabbed and betrayed. With Russell Brand, what I'm getting with Russell Brand is that he toed the line because they had sex tapes on him. He was blackmailed, okay? He was blackmailed, and Katy Perry was his handler. I repeat, Russell Brand partook in some things. He never murdered anybody and he never raped anybody. Okay. However, he partook in some things and he didn't come out sooner because they had blackmail material on him. And Katy Perry was his handler. Okay. So what I'm getting from Russell Brand, he's not evil. He's not demonic. He's not a bad guy. Yeah, he was a little self-centered. He took a deal to save his ass. All right. But I'm getting that he's working with the Alliance more so because he wants to do the right thing and not save his ass. He really had a spiritual awakening. Okay. All right. He got betrayed and he saw some things that he still has nightmares about. And he did have a spiritual awakening. The things that he saw turned him to God. And that's why he went on a spiritual journey and he got sober. I believe that he used to be a druggie and alcoholic and a sex addict because I don't think he was born in a cabal family, but I do believe that he was a comedian and he wanted to get into the entertainment business. And I feel like what happened to him is that somebody invited him to some kind of producer, some kind of big wig, invited him somewhere, gave him some drugs, and he was put in compromising positions because he's a self-proclaimed sex addict and alcoholic, and he used to be a druggie. He used to be addicted to drugs. Okay? So I feel like he turned a corner. So, original Russell Brand, and he's a good guy. He had a breakthrough in clarity. He's of God. He's a godly person. Okay? I'm getting that Russell Brand had alcohol and addiction problems. He was addicted to alcohol, he was addicted to drugs, and he was addicted to sex. He's self-proclaimed. However, he was blackmailed. He did not partake in anything that was truly egregious. He did not rape anyone and he didn't perform any rituals. Okay? That's what I'm getting. So Russell Brand is the original and he's a good guy. Yay! I like him. Like I said, I couldn't stand him when he first was on the scene, but I like it. All right, here we go. Now, the last part of Nancy's question. Will state taxes go away? Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, will state taxes go away? Will state taxes go away? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Yep, we got an ace. In fact, most states, they've already gone away. If people are still paying taxes and or they're collecting taxes, those are probably, let's put it this way. I don't believe that I feel like most of them are capitulated and those are probably automatic letters, like letters that go out maybe from a few minions that are still working and didn't get the memos that their higher ups have already been rounded up and capitulated. Or they could be just automatic letters that are sent out. Everything's AI computer now. So I feel like if people are still getting letters from state tax organizations, I feel that those are electronic letters and it's all AI. But that's a big yes. Woohoo! Yes. And that's in the past. And in the now, we got the Wheel of Fortune. So we're going to find out very, very soon that state taxes are no more. This is the Wheel of Fortune. This is in the center. Okay. So very soon, we're going to be moving in a new direction with no taxes from dark to light. Yay! So yes, state taxes will go away. In fact, we got the ace in the past. So it means that they've already gone away. What you're seeing now are probably just AI and a few minions that are not in the know. So that's a yes. So A no on Tucker, yes on Russell, and yes on state taxes. And thank you so much, Miss Nancy. All righty then. And here's our soul sister, Carrie K. All right. Carrie K from Canada has some questions. So let's ask. Carrie K would like to know, will 15-minute cities in Alberta come to fruition? Let's hope not. Let's ask. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, will 15-minute cities in Alberta come to fruition? Will 15-minute cities in Alberta come to fruition? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? I also want to give a special shout out to all the witches and the warlocks that are watching me. Just know, any spell you try to put out against me or anyone else will come back against you. Any weapon formed against any of God's children, that's us, shall not prosper. Feel free to watch, though, bitches. Just know the light is always more stronger than the dark. Whatever you put out comes back to you 7 times 7. Okay, so will 15-minute cities and Alberta come to fruition? Yes, I like to piss off all the warlocks and the witches. Because, folks, they are shit beneath our shoes. We, the children of God, are a lot more powerful than any spell or any warlock or witch or demonic bastard. All we have to do is bring in Yeshua HaMashiach. You say Jesus Christ, and all the demonic witch bitches, they go running and scurrying like the cockroaches that they are. Remember the cockroaches? Do I feel one in the chat? No, Dawn86, but they're always watching. Perverts. Perverts that tell me that I should have anal sex with my husband. Yeah, he's watching. And other people that are watching. I sense them. All right. So, will 15-minute cities in Alberta come to fruition? No. No, they're not going to come into fruition. They're going to be held up. They're going to be held up. And if you hear people setting up fireworks, nope, not going to happen. The alliance is not going to allow that. Okay, this is all the alliance cards. Honey, it's not going to happen. What's happening is that the alliance is saying that to people to wake up the ones that are in comas in Canada, because there are comas in Canada. Okay, not happening. Not happening. The alliance is in charge of Canada, believe it or not. So the 15-minute city thing is to wake people up. It's not going to happen. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. That's not happening. Okay. So that's the first one. That's all. You guys are going to be just fine. Okay. You guys are going to be just fine. Look at all your alliance cards. All white hat alliance cards. Don't worry. You're defended. The alliance is defending you. Okay. So 15-minute cities are not going to happen in Alberta. In fact, they're not going to happen at all in Canada. Now, will BC have a medical lockdown? Okay. Will BC have a medical lockdown? I almost feel like I want to use my dark cards because we have all these dark questions. Will British Columbia have a medical lockdown? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Will there be a medical lockdown in BC? No, that also is not going to happen. Again, they're going to put that out there. All right. They want to put that out there to wake people up. And they're going to try to scare people. Okay. They're going to try, and it's going to really, really look that it's going to happen. But no, there's going to be a sudden change, and it's not going to happen. Okay. I feel what's going to happen is that all the evidence and all of the shenanigans of the C-19, the pandemic, that's going to come out. And everyone is going to prove how that the social distancing and the masks and all that stuff was not scientific. It wasn't based on medicine or science. And I feel like there's going to be people that are going to come out and speak out against it, medical professionals. And I feel like lawyers are going to start stepping in and I feel like the people in BC are not dumb this time. There's more people awake than not, and they're not going to have it, sister. So no. Okay. Now, so that's no and no. Thank God. Thank the Lord. Now, Carrie K, my soul sister from Canada, would like to know, will the military be policing the area where I reside anytime soon? Let's ask. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, will the military be policing the area where I reside anytime soon? Will the military be policing the area where Carrie K resides? Carrie K resides in BC, on the island of BC. So will the military be policing the island of BC where Carrie K lives anytime soon? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua? Okay, so what I'm getting is that the military will be policing it soon, and I'm getting that they're already policing it. Okay, we got a yes because we got the justice card. Okay, I feel what's going to happen is there's going to be some really egregious things that are they're going to be found out there. Okay, it's already in the works. They're already doing it behind the scenes. All right. Like I said, they're already doing it behind the scenes, and we got the justice card. So there's military and there's good military already working there behind the scenes. I feel like they're slowly taking things over, but they're not doing it in a blatant way because they don't want to gain attention, and they don't want people to freak out. If they came in guns a blazing and took over BC, okay, people would be in distress. People would be upset. People would be up in arms. They would, they would be very, very anxious. And I feel like what they're doing is they're slowly taking over a little bit behind the scenes because, like I said, if they came in guns a-blazing, they would think that they wouldn't know it was the good military. They would think it's Trudeau's military, and they would think it was the bad military that's working for your egregious government. And so they would be upset. There would be lots of stress and anxiety, and people would be very fearful. So what they're doing is they're slowly doing it a little bit each day. Okay. They're working overtime. They're doing lots of things. Okay. They're balancing multiple priorities. They're working really, really hard. And it's the good military for the good. Okay. So what's going to happen is that I feel like the British Columbia, there's going to be a government. People are going to be stepping down and walking away, whether it's public or behind the scenes. You might have some politicians and or your premier, because you don't have governors, you have premiers, I believe they're called. Your premier might step away, they might resign, or there might be some scandals, whether it happens publicly or behind the scenes. You're going to have all your leaders are going to walk away. They're either going to capitulate or get round up. Okay. And they're still deciding on how they're going to roll it out and when, but it's a done deal. Okay. There will be a benevolent military taking over. Okay. And it's very much in the works and it's being planned. Okay. So there will be military policing soon. However, I should say there's already military policing going on behind the scenes in Canada. Specifically, I'm getting in BC. There's something about BC that's particularly egregious. And they're already working behind the scenes where you are in BC. And they're already working behind the scenes in Canada. It's just not out in the public because they don't want to freak people out. All right, so I hope that answers your question, my soul sister Carrie. Love you, girl. She's always so good and generous. All righty then. Okay, so now we have Mary Ann. Miss Mary Ann. Hi, Lady D. I have a question about Richard Simmons. He has recently resurfaced after a very long absence. Is it really him? And is he coming out because there is no longer a threat from the cabal? Thank you. I love your show and I appreciate what you do. All right, let's ask. I always liked Richard Simmons, and my sister and my mother and my father, they went on a cruise, and Richard Simmons was on the cruise when he used to do like the cruises, and they met him and they did an exercise class with him, and they said he was really down to earth and he was a sweetheart. So I hope so. He always seems nice. I used to watch his show. He used to have his little show. But let's ask. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Mary Ann would like to know, is the Richard Simmons that has recently resurfaced, is it the real Richard Simmons that was born, a human born Richard Simmons? Is it the real, the original human that was born Richard Simmons? Is it him? What say you, Lord God? Or is it a clone? Or is it an actor? Is he coming out because there is no longer a threat from the cabal? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua? Is it the real, the original human being that was born Richard Simmons that is out in the public eye now? And is he coming out because of there is no longer a threat from the cabal? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua? Yes, absolutely. We got the Ace of Cups. So that means that Richard Simmons is a good guy, and that's the original. And he's been recently healed. I feel like Richard Simmons has gone through the ringer with the cabal. I feel like they've done some things to him. I feel like they almost killed him. that he almost died. And that's why I know that he looked pretty rough the last time I saw him. Okay. So the Ace of Cups means that he's of God, he's of the light. Okay. And he definitely came out because the cabal is done. The world has been rid of the cabal. Okay. He's of love and light. He's very spiritual, very, very spiritual. He's taking care of himself now. He's very benevolent, but he's taking care of himself. He's healthy. That's the original him. He's looking to the future and he's helping the alliance. Yes. So that's the original Richard Simmons, and he's a good guy. And he's coming out very much so because he no longer has to fear the cabal. Because they were after him, and I feel like they almost killed him. Yay, I always liked Richard Simmons, so that's good news. That is very, very good news. Okay, so thank you very much, Miss Mary Ann, and thank you for the super coffee. And what I decided to do is I'm going to save the questions that Eric Klein, our wonderful and generous, beautiful soul brother Eric Klein, that he donated, and as well as my anonymous client that donated some questions. Okay, so Terry T. Hey there, Terry T. Terry T would like to know, is Katy Perry John Benet Ramsey? That's an interesting question. That is an interesting question. So you think that she never died, and so they just turned her into Jean Benet? Very interesting question. I'm going to turn to my dark cards because whether or not Carrie Perry was Jean Benet Ramsey, I know she's a demon. We know that she's been dealt with. She's a clone because remember the thing with she was in concert. She was there with the soda can tits, and all of a sudden she had a glitch, and she went, yeah. So we know that's not the real her. So let's see if it was. Let's see the deal. Is Katy Perry Jean Benet Ramsey? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Is Katy Perry Jean Benet Ramsey? That would be a no. That is a negative. Okay? That would be a negative. She is not Jean Benet Ramsey. Yep, that's a no. I'm very curious, though, why you asked that question. Did you think that Katy Perry was like Jean Benet they just kidnapped Jean Benet and they said that she died, and then when she grew up, she turned to Katy Perry? I'm just really intrigued by the question. But no, that would be a negative, Terry T. All right. So I think we're done for now for those questions. And then we have all the questions that were donated. Okay. So our soul brother, Eric Klein, donated 4 questions. He's such a sweetheart. So everybody thank Eric Klein. He's always generous. This is the second or third time that he's done this. So Eric Klein, I love you. We love you. You were so generous. So I'm going to go through the chat. No personal questions. They have to be questions that the whole tribe will want to know. Okay, these are current event questions. So nothing personal. And if you could please put your questions, if you would like to partake in it, in all caps, it would make it a lot easier for me to read because of the fact that you guys, there's so many people talking in the chat. There's 511 people in the chat. So if you want me to ask a question, that was donated, because there are no free questions. We always have to do an equal and opposite energy exchange. Because if I did free questions, oh my God, you wouldn't believe people when they don't pay anything, they're more demanding and they're rude. So let's see. Yeah, questions are closed. Meaning don't buy any more questions, but I am going to take the questions from the chat because they were already paid for. Okay, so groovy butterfly, what percentage are still asleep? Okay, we're really not going to get exacts, but we will ask. We shall ask. All right. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, what is the percentage of people around the world that are still asleep? We know that, you can't give us exacts, but can you give us a ballpark in terms of percentage? What percentage of people are still completely asleep and have no idea that we're in a spiritual war and what's really going on? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua? I got lots of threes, so I am getting 30%. 30% of people are still asleep, which is good because that means that 70% are awake. So 70% of the people are awake and 30% are asleep. And it could be 25 to 30%. I feel like every day people are waking up a lot quicker than before, where it would take years. I'm getting that people are waking up very much so quicker, like every day, more and more people are waking up. Okay. So I will say 30%, 25 to 30%. Okay. So I hope that answers your question, groovy butterfly. All right. Now let's see what we have. All right. Sag Lady 8 would like to know, is the UK general election an excuse for a clear out? Let's ask. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, is the UK general election an excuse for a clear out? Is the UK general election an excuse for a clear out? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua? Saggy Lady 8, what time is it in the UK now? Because I know you're in the UK. What time is it in the UK? It's Sunday. Is it like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock Sunday? What time is it? I'm just curious. I love the UK. I love the UK. I loved it there. It felt like home. It really did. That in Ireland. Yes. You got the biggest yes in the deck, soul sister. The UK general election is definitely an excuse for a clear out. 1000%. Okay? And I feel like most of your leaders have already capitulated and they've already been replaced. And your government is in a slow death, meaning that there's going to be a huge change, huge ending, change, transformation. They're definitely clearing out your prime minister and your parliament. Okay, very much so. And it's going to be given back to the people. It's happening quick, and they're planning it for the future. And the ones that were in charge were not duly elected, and they weren't who they presented themselves to be. You too had a lot of clones and demons and lookalikes and actors. So that's a big yes, Saggy Lady 8. And cheers. I love the UK. Like I said, people that have British accents, I love European accents. My favorite is, I love my Irish accent, but my second favorite is an English accent. Like I said, British people can tell you off and it sounds polite. They can tell you to go fuck yourself. Why would you go fuck yourself? Or that sounded more Irish. And you'll say, wow, I think I will, because it sounds so polite. love I love the English. They can tell you off and it makes they make it sound so good that you like thank them after they tell you off. All right. Let's see. I have a few more questions. There are about 5 more questions. Let's see. Going through the chat. Please put your questions in all caps, please, because it's easy for me to read because there's over 500 people now and you're all talking a lot. All right, I'm looking for all caps. That's how I'm going to decipher the questions. Anything that's all caps. If you have regular writing, it's not in all caps. I won't be able to see it, folks. There are too many people in the chat. I want to ask a question that I want to ask, and I'm going to do it live on air because I know that you'll want to know. And in the meantime, if anyone has a question, please put it in all caps because it's very hard for me to put in. Okay, so here we go. I want to know, do clones know that they're clones? Do clones actually know that they're clones and they aren't alive? They weren't born, like they're not. Okay, let's ask. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, do clones know that they are clones? That they weren't born by regular female and they didn't come from a female? Do they know that they are clones? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Okay, so I am getting that. At first, they weren't sure. They didn't know. Okay, they had an idea that something was not right, but I'm getting they didn't really know. However, I'm getting that eventually they found out and they figured it out. They were told. Okay, but I'm getting that it wasn't discovered let's put it this way. They don't discover that they're clones and they don't know until they're older. Okay. They don't tell them that until they're older, and they tell them because they need to know, because they're not going to be able to have children. They're not going to be able to procreate. There's also some things I feel. Yes, they absolutely do know that they're clones, because as they get older, I'm getting that they need to go in for adjustments. And they're not going to go to a regular hospital. They need adjustments. They need replacements and upgrades. So they definitely know, but I'm getting that they don't know until they're older. I feel like when they're young, they pull the wool over their eyes. They lie to them. Okay. They lie to the children and say that you're going to the doctors. And let's put it this way. If you were born a clone, you don't know any different. So they think it's normal. They think that going and getting, an upgrade and what's happening to them is normal. Whatever, how they upgrade a clone, I don't even know. I won't even pretend to know. So they're brought up to believe that they're normal, that everything's like that. And every time they go to get an upgrade, they were lied to. But I'm getting that once they get older, probably I would say around teenage years, when they can't really lie anymore. And when they should be getting their periods, that's a big thing. They don't menstruate. So I feel like around maybe adolescent to teenage years, that's when they really start to let them know the truth about it. Because, like I said, they're not going to get their periods. And once they start to get older, it's harder for them to pull the wool over their eyes. So they do eventually know. And I feel that it's all about the anatomy. They know that they're different because of their bodies. And once they get older and they are more observant, kids are not observant about those things, but as they start reaching puberty and they start to, their bodies start to flourish, so to speak, they start to realize that they're a lot different. Okay. So yeah, they're told when they get older, and when they are told, it's very, very distressing. And there's a lot of anxiety and they don't like it. And I feel that's when they enter the vril, because when they find out they're clones, they freak out. Very, very interesting. So they don't know, but when they come a certain age, then it's revealed. Okay. All right. So that's one. All right. And I saw a few others in the chat. Here's one on Dr. Phil. I always wondered about Dr. Phil. Did Dr. Phil, was he forced to do the Trump interview, and did he capitulate? Because yeah, all of a sudden, okay, let's talk about Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil, very sus. Dr. Phil was one of Oprah's. Oprah discovered him. Okay, he was Team Oprah, but now he's very much talking out against the ridiculousness of what's going on. He speaks out against the transgender thing with the children. He's speaking out against the woke thing. And he's speaking out against what's going on with Trump. So let's ask about Dr. Phil. And just in case he's dark, I'm going to use the dark cards. Thank you. I always questioned if the clones knew. You would know at some point, they would have to know. But I will tell you too, like a clone will only last like 2 or 3 years. So it's like they have to keep on replacing the clone. So very interesting. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Did Dr. Phil capitulate? And is he working with the alliance to save his ass? Are we seeing the real Dr. Phil that's in the current eye? That's what I want to know. Are we seeing the original, the real man that was born Dr. Phil in the public eye? And if so, Was he forced to do the Trump interview? Did he capitulate to save his ass? What's his true character? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Do you want the 411 on Dr. Phil? Okay, we are seeing the original Dr. Phil. Okay, we are seeing the original one. All right, I'm getting that this is the original Dr. Phil, and he's good. Okay, he's good. Now, what I'm getting is that he's working to get rid of these people. Okay, so it's the original Dr. Phil, and he's good. Okay, what I'm getting is that, and we got the Sun card. This is somebody that's working for humanity and trying to do the right thing. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of what happened with Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil got his star. All right, this is also somebody that's working with the Alliance, a good person. Dr. Phil got involved with Oprah. Okay, it was all about money. All right, Dr. Phil is not an evil, nefarious person. However, Dr. Phil likes money and he's full of himself. All right, Dr. Phil was thinking about him. We got the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is somebody that takes care of himself, puts himself first. It's somebody that would throw his mother under the bus if it suited him. It's the poker face. So I'm getting that what originally got Dr. Phil involved with Oprah and all those people was greed and money. He was full of himself. He wanted notoriety. Okay. He was egotistical. He's still egotistical. It was all about him. And we got, we got the Four of Pentacles. So this is somebody that is all about money. He wants everything about him. It's all about greed. So he was a greedy bastard. So I feel like he got involved with the cabal because of greed. And he wanted notoriety. Okay. I feel down the road, he saw some things that he did not like. Lots of things he didn't like. And he got a rude awakening. However, he couldn't say anything because a lot of them, just like any other person, if you say anything, will kill you and will kill your family. So he couldn't. He couldn't say anything because they basically threatened his life and the life of his children. Okay, and his family. So he kept his mouth shut, but as soon as he got the opportunity, he decided to work with the Alliance and work with the White Hats. He's working to save the children. He does not like, especially what they did with the children. This haunts him at night, and he wants the end of this. Okay, so he's working to get rid of them. He's working to go from the dark and the light, and he's done a lot of work. He's almost there. They almost got all of them. So he's definitely working with the Alliance, working with the White Hats. Okay. He made a decision to do it. Now, is he squeaky clean? No. You are going to discover maybe some things about Dr. Phil that aren't so great. Okay. Yes, Dr. Phil is egotistical. Okay. He's egotistical. He loves himself. Yes, he was very vain and very selfish. He wanted to be a star. Okay. It was all about him. All right. It was all about him. However, he's doing the right thing now. He's working with the Alliance. Yes, I'm sure that he started working with the Alliance first and foremost to save his ass. I am getting he's a decent guy. All right. I'm not getting, he's not a fluffy, go lucky guy. All right. I know he's egotistical and full of himself, but I'm not getting that he's evil and nefarious in any way. He's doing the right thing. So, yes, that's the original. Yes, he's doing it because he has to, but he's also doing it because he wants to. He had an awakening. He had a rude awakening. Okay, and he's working for the alliance. He's a good guy. With the Sun card and the Ace of Cups, he's working for the good. So that is the original. So I believe that Dr. Phil did it because he wanted to do it. It wasn't his idea, and they approached him, but he did it willingly. He wasn't forced to do it. He's working with the alliance because he wants to. Okay, he did do it to save his ass, but more importantly, he did it because he wants to. Okay? So Dr. Phil, he might be irritating and egotistical, and he was annoying, and he was full of himself and a little greedy, but he's actually working. He's good, and that's the original. Okay? He's not my favorite person, but I have a newfound respect for him. And I did watch the interview that he did with Trump. He did a phenomenal job, and he asked some great questions, questions that were never asked before of Trump. And I really liked his interview. So I have a newfound respect for Dr. Phil. Didn't always. All right. And I don't believe he's even a doctor. Okay, let's see. See if we have any others. I'm just looking at the chat, see. I already read about Princess Kate, T-Sem. Princess Kate took off with her children, and she is in witness protection because they were trying to sacrifice her and her children. So that's already been done. Let's see. Nesara is probably going to be rolled out this year, but I can't give you an exact date, Benito. But I believe it's going to be this year. No one really knows the date. No one gives out dates. But I believe it's going to be this year. I've already read. I'm not reading on that because I've already read on Nesara-Gesara. We read about that earlier today, honey. All right, here we go. Will Trump be cleared? Let's see. First and foremost, let's ask if there will be a mistrial. Okay. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. We're asking about the New York City sham trial on Trump. Will Trump be cleared? First and foremost, will there be a mistrial? Holy God, regarding the trial in New York City against Trump, where they convicted him of 34 counts of felonies, which is BS, we know, Lord God. Will they declare a mistrial in the New York City 34 convictions? Will, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, will there be a mistrial called in the 34 convictions in the New York City case against Trump? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Okay, well, it's looking good. We got an ace. So according to this spread, there's going to be a mistrial. Okay, we got an ace. Okay? They're still deliberating. They're meeting behind the scenes. In fact, there's been a lot of conflict and struggle right now in the past. All right? So the people, these are the Democrats. They're not happy right now. Okay? So they're all deliberating now in private, trying to figure out what they're going to do. But it's looking good. I got the Ace of Cups in the peripheral in the now. So it does look, according to this spread, that there is going to be a mistrial. Okay? We got the Judgment card. So I feel like what's going to happen is that they're going to find out a lot of shady things and they're not going to be able to hide it. Once that letter went out from that judge, I feel like it's going to open up a can of worms and there's other things that are going to come out. And there's going to be lots of revealings and rude awakenings for those that were part of the sham trial and did a lot of illegal things. Okay? The law is going to be defended. All right? Let's ask if they're going to redo the trial. If there's a mistrial, I think they're going to have to do the trial over. But let's ask if he's going to be cleared. We asked if there's going to be a mistrial. But let's ask if they do a mistrial and if he's going to be cleared. And then we'll ask if they do a retrial. I know that seems weird, but they're not doing anything normal by the book. So I'm just going to keep on asking. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua, after they declare a mistrial, will Trump be cleared of all charges in the New York City 34 convictions? After there is a mistrial declared, will they clear Trump of those 34 bogus felony charges in New York City? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Is there any insights, information, anything that will give us clarity and understanding with this question, Lord God and Yeshua? Oh, wow. Yes. I got the Ace of Swords in the recent past. Excuse me, not in the recent past, in the near future. Coming attractions, we got the Ace of Swords. So it's looking like, yes, it looks like that Trump's going to be cleared. All right. I got the Justice in the past. So it means that this is bullshit. All right. He already has been cleared. All right. He's already been cleared. This is happening in the past and this happened behind the scenes. All right. We got the Death card in the peripheral in the present, meaning that this trial is going to suffer a very slow and painful death. It's going to end. All right. It's going to end. This is an ending. So yes, the trial is going to come to an end. Why? Because of the fact that there's lots of disclosures. People are going to find out the truth that people were talking and they knew about things before they even came up with a verdict. This is the card. The Page of Swords is the ultimate card of gossip and talking. People are already pissed off and apoplectic about this, but they're going to find out a lot of things. A lot of things were said and a lot of things happened behind the scenes that shouldn't have happened. Okay. And truth is going to come out about it. More specifically about the jurors. You're going to find out the jurors were paid. You also got the 10 of Pentacles, that successful completion of a matter, and that is a successful and harmonious completion. And it's the family legacy card, and we are God's children. We are one big family. We got the Justice card, coming attractions, near future, the biggest yes in the deck. And we got the Eight of Pentacles. So this is something that they've been working on for a very, very long time. Very long time. And the people that have been working on it are the creme de la creme. They're the cream of the crop. But this is something new that they've never had to deal with, that they've been working on. And the very last card we got was the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is defending. That's also a successful completion, but it's also 10. It's also being on the defense. It's completion. And it means that he's going to be successful. He's going to win. Okay? So, in a nutshell, The justice card's in the past, meaning he's already been cleared. We just haven't heard about it yet. And we got the biggest yes in the deck, which is the ace of swords. So that's a yes. So if he's cleared, that means there's not going to be a retrial. Now let's ask, since we want to know, let's ask about all the other ones. We already know that the one in Georgia has fallen apart, and that's not going to happen until, I think it's not going to happen until like after the election. But let's ask about the trial in Georgia. I know it's been postponed because of all the shenanigans of Fannie Willis, and that she's being investigated, and everyone's investigating her. Okay, so everyone's after her. So we know that's been postponed, but let's see if that is actually going to be dropped eventually. And let's try my dark card, since we're talking about Fannie Willis and dark things. Oh, okay. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. Will the Georgia case against Trump, will that eventually be dismissed completely down the road? Will the Georgia election interference case that was brought up by Fannie Willis, perfect name for her, more so in the UK, is that case in Georgia going to be cleared? What say you? And will Trump be cleared, or will they just dismiss the case because of all the impropriety? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua? Oh yeah, it's already done. We got the sun in the past, so it's already done. They say it's delayed, but it's already done. What they're going to do is they're going to drag out. They're going to probably bring Fannie Willis to court. They're probably going to prosecute her. But yep, we got the 10 of Pentacles. That's a successful completion of a matter, family legacy card. Yep, they've been working on it behind the scenes. This is an agreement. The 8 of Wands, it's going to happen really, really quick. So I feel like it's going to happen quick. Page of Wands, we're going to discover some nefarious things about Fannie. We're going to discover that she's been paid, and all the truth is going to come out with the disclosures. They're still trying to figure out when they're going to release this and roll it out, but it's absolutely going to happen. So that case is going to go down. So basically, all the cases against Trump are going to go bye-bye because we know they're bullshit. It's political persecution and prosecution. All right, so I've been on almost 2 hours. What I'm going to do is take 2 more questions, and then we're going to call it a night. And the reason why I'm doing these questions is because Eric Klein, our beautiful, generous soul brother, who's done this more than once, bought $25 worth. He bought 5 coffees. So he donated and told me to donate it so you could get free reading. And also, we had a client of mine buy some readings and donate some questions before okay. Is JFK Jr playing RFK? I don't believe so, but let's ask. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, is JFK Jr playing his uncle, Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy? Is JFK Jr., the real JFK Jr., is he playing his uncle in the public eye, Robert Fitzgerald Kennedy? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua? It's actually a pretty good question. Didn't even think of that. That would be a no. I got a no. That would be a negative, honey. But I'm not so sure that RFK Jr. is really a good guy. or if that's the original one. But JFK Jr. is not playing him. Okay. I feel like RFK Jr. has capitulated to Trump and he's working with the alliance because he has to. I feel that RFK Jr. was not like the rest of the Kennedys. He wasn't so nice. And he's working with the alliance now, and he's actually working with Trump because that's my Emperor card. But I'm not getting that that JFK Jr. is playing him. And unfortunately, I think that RFK has partaking in the party substance, which is very, very sad. And but now he's capitulated and working with the alliance to save his hide. And yeah. And like I said, I'm not getting that that's the original one either. That's probably a 2.0 version. I feel like the original one is probably gone. And it's either a clone or an actor, but no, it's not JFK though. Okay? Not JFK. And to tell you the truth, I feel like the very, very original RFK was good, but I feel like he was taken over. I feel like they rilled him. I feel like they kidnapped him and they rilled him and they killed him and they cloned him. And it was the egregious, nasty troll that was doing all the demonic things. So that makes me feel a little better because I always liked the Kennedy family. They weren't perfect, but so that's not the original JFK. He's dead. They did clone him, but JFK Jr., his nephew, was not playing him. But that's actually a really good question. And I did see that Lee has a question. Okay, so Lee, Val Thor is a commander of Alliance. He announced he does not have an account on X. Who is post on X and Valiant Thor? I'm not going to get a name, honey, as to who is posting on Valiant Thor. Do you have anyone that you think? Like I'm not going to be able to get the name in the cards, or I'm not sure if I'm going to get a download. So I can maybe give you I can give you some characteristics of the person who's playing him, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to give you get a name. So let's ask. Holy God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Valiant Thor is a commander of the Alliance. We know this. He announced he does not have an account on X. Who is post on X in Valiant Thor's name? Who is posting? Who is posting on X as Valiant Thor? What say you, Lord God, in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? Who is posting as Valiant Thor on X? Any characteristics, anything that you can let us know that will give us information so we can figure this out. This is going to be the last question of the evening, folks. All right, Lee, let me see if I can try to figure out who it is. Well, it's definitely a Cabal member. It's definitely a Cabal member. I'm going to see if I get any channels, any downloads about this. Okay, so I'm not getting a specific name. Okay, but I'm getting it's somebody that has something to do with the royals. It's somebody that has it's an insider of the royals, somebody that is working with the royals that's a minion and that's working for the cabal. So it's somebody tied to the royals. I don't have a specific name. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I I'm not I can't they're not giving me a name. I don't even know if this person has a name. It could be a demon, but this is somebody that's tied to the royals, okay? It's a minion, and it's somebody that's very, very fearful of Valiant Thor. And it's somebody that is demonically possessed. This is not somebody that is a human being. They might have the facade of a human being, but this is a demon. So this is a demon minion that got away that is tied to the royals. Okay? They've been with the royals a really long time. They're in hiding because the rest of them capitulated, so they're hiding. And I feel that they're currently underwater. They're currently hiding underwater. And it's somebody that's demonically possessed. It's not just one person. And that's another thing. It's not just one person. It's kind of like Q. There's a bunch of different people that have access to that account. It's not just one person. It's somebody that has ties to the British government and the royal family, and it's not one person. Okay, so that's all I can tell you. It's somebody that it's somebody that is demonically possessed, that's hiding underneath the ocean, that has ties to the royal family and the British government, and it's not just one person. It's a bunch of cabal members that are very, very distressed about Valiant Thor and what his light family is doing to his demonic family. Okay. So I'm sorry I can't give you a specific name, Lee, but there is no one person. There's a bunch of person. A bunch of person. There's a bunch of people. It's not just one people. All right, you can tell I'm tired. It's not just one person, Lee. It's a bunch of people. It's kind of like you. It's a bunch of demonic bastards that are like minions that escaped, that have been working with the British government and the royal family, and they're demonically possessed, and they're hiding underneath an ocean in some kind of lair. And it's not just one person. Okay, so I hope that resonates with you and that answers your question. So no names because it's more than one person. All right, folks. So I've been on 2 hours now. I started at 8:15. It's 10:15 now. And obviously you can tell I'm tired. And once I get tired, I am not a good reader. My energy is zapped. So I'm going to call it a night. And we got through all the questions anyway. So it's a good time to call the night. So folks, that being said, there is no show tomorrow night on the Light Warrior Network because the Prince of Peace is taking the weekend off to be with his star seed. I might pop on, not tomorrow, maybe sometime during the week. Again, if you want to try a 30-minute tarot reading with me, please do so in the month of June because we are having a sale now. Also, if you ordered a past life reading, you no longer have to wait 5 business days. Once you buy a reading, it will take about 3 to 4 business days, more so 3, at the most 4. And again, it all depends on when you purchase your reading because I don't work weekends. I take Saturdays and Sundays off because I work morning, noon, and night during the week. All right, Soul Tribe family. I love you very much. Thank you so much for all your questions tonight, for being here. God bless you and have a great, great evening, rest of your evening. Bye.